The Bug Bux Podcast!
You know what the next revolution is? It's analog. It's people being together with people.
So true about the Bug Bux community and what we're doing at the Real Pest World House. And it is what artificial intelligence draws from, right? The service community, the blue collar community, the pest control community has a long future in front of it. And it's so excited to be kind of rooted inside of this community, helping these businesses grow.
A lot of people think legacy is, what did I do? And it's like, no, dude, that's not legacy, because if that's your legacy, then it dies when you die. But if your legacy is, what do others do, maybe because, or at least in part because of what I did, it keeps going.
Entrepreneurs are inclined to only show you the best parts of themselves. They're disinclined to show you the places where they fail. And I feel like all the time we learn from our mistakes, and having ownership of that mistake and not being ashamed of it, and standing back up and taping up your knuckles and getting right back into the fight to figure out how you're gonna do better next time is what gets you across your respective finish line. It's true for Lizard, right? Like the first 3 years were a slugfest. So many mistakes.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Bug Bux Podcast. I'm your host, Allan Draper. So thankful that you're with me as always. I have a really cool episode today, and I think it's going to be cool because I have no topic for it. So we're going to... So before we get to that, it's Bug Bux Con week. So this isn't going to drop until after Bug Bux Con. And it's funny because I'm kind of in this... I'm a little nervous, but I think it's like mostly excitement, but it's going to be, I'm so excited. So, we're going to talk about all the things, but today on the show, I have the one, the only Mr. Matthew Lizard Rogers.
I received that. Thank you. We're glad to be here.
I do want to say this, though. Bug Bux Con 27 in San Diego, February 24th through the 26th. And I can say that even though it's Bug Bux Con 26 hasn't happened, because this isn't going to launch until after Bug Bux Con. But for those of you that were there, you heard it live. You heard that announcement. Bug Bux Con 27. So 2027, February 24th through the 26th in San Diego, California. Just put it on your calendar right now. It's happening. It is going to be huge. It's going to be bigger and better, even though this year, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Bug Bux Con. It's 2 days from the VIP night and 3 days from the conference.
I can't wait, man. My bag is packed. I'm looking forward to... I love this for our community specifically. All the PCOs that are a part of the Bug Bux community. But the thing that I love the most, honestly, is building a... what do you call it? Like a cadence of connecting with PCOs and staying on top of their individual journeys, understanding what's going on inside of their businesses, talking to them about how to help them get to the next place. I think this one is going to be bigger than your first one for sure, according to the guest list. But and that our collective is growing, but getting together and celebrating each other's wins gives us fuel that we need to get back out there and keep swinging, because it's hard. And so I can't wait to see everybody. I can't wait for Thursday night, and I can't wait to see everybody on Friday.
It's going to be so cool. So I saw just yesterday, Gary Vee posted this quote from his, and he said, he says something like the next, you know what the next revolution is? It's analog. And I was like, bro, he's like, it's people being together with people. And I was like,
it is. No, it really
dude,
is.
that's what Bug Bux is becoming.
It's our foundation.
And then that's what the Real Pest World
is becoming also.
That's what it is. It's just and we're creating content, we're posting videos, YouTube's, all that stuff, podcasts about it. But it's like, dude, the biggest and best part is us just being together. You could be together with somebody in the 1800s. Don't need technology.
Listen
for
to this. This is, I'm not trying to close the loop. Everybody that's listening, we honest to God did not have a plan or a script, okay? 2 weeks ago, myself and a member of my team sat through a webinar from the Search Engine Journal. It's like the publication for search engines, right? And she talked about something, we're living in this AI revolution. This is the soapbox that I'm on all the time, trying to talk to people about it, trying to talk to PCOs about how to get in front of it, to use it this season, to rocket them into a really healthy 2026, right? But the whole premise of this webinar, Shelley Walsh, she said, and this is so true about the Bug Bux community. It's so true about what we're doing at the Real Pest World House. AI, what it does is it synthesizes existing information, okay? Existing information. What it can't synthesize is human experience, right? And having and sharing and creating from that human experience is what puts you in front of the viewer in the AI overview when people are searching up things on there, whatever, okay? Lived experience trumps all of the other stuff. So this time that all of these business owners are spending together, all of these keynote speakers are coming out to share their lived experience, all the ways that we will go back and take this lived experience, put it into application, hopefully create content about this lived experience and distribute it evenly across all the platforms on the internet, is what artificial intelligence will pull from to synthesize an answer, okay? She used a metaphor like this. AI is not a snake that eats its own tail, okay? AI doesn't like to consume AI information. So people that are just out there like creating AI like shit from Claude and ChatGPT and stuff and posting without putting their personal experiences inside of what they're doing are going to get left behind, because what AI will gravitate towards are people's lived experiences. And so I love that we're doing that in these two communities, that we do that in Bug Bux. We're going to be doing it at the con. We're doing the Real Pest World House is going to be sick. We start to post who we are. It's coming up in 15 days. We're going to start to tell people who the housemates are on April 15th, which is going to be wild because there's 30 of us. It's what we're doing inside of these communities. And it is what artificial intelligence draws from, right? The service community, the blue collar community, the pest control community has a long future in front of it. And it's so excited to be kind of rooted inside of this community, helping these businesses grow.
I actually just sent a text to Travis like right before I hit record, because he has 10 minutes at Bug Bux Con to talk about the Real Pest World.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to say. You give that dude a mic
God
and
knows.
It's like,
Hopefully he hasn't had a drink. This is get bad fast.
So, but anyway, it's.
We're giving away a room at the con, right?
I think so. I think that's right. I think he's going to announce that.
That's awesome.
I don't know what else he's going to announce, but I wasn't super involved in the planning and stuff for Bug Bux Con, the first one, right? 25. And then this was kind of forced on me. Well, Bug Bux Con wasn't, but kind of taking over day-to-day of Bug Bux was. And at first I was like, what am I doing with my time? And like, what should I be doing? Because I can get pulled in a bunch of different directions. But dude, I've had so much fun. Like, planning Bug Bux Con, and like, dude, I have messaged hundreds and hundreds of speakers, PCOs, like events, like venue, like all this stuff. And in a weird way, me reconnecting with like my pest control roots was forced on me through Bug Bux Con. And I have enjoyed it so much, dude. Like, I've sent like random DMs to probably 300 PCOs, and a lot of them I didn't know. Hey, you coming to Bug Bux Con? You coming to Bug Bux Con? I got flagged by Facebook because they thought I was spamming, but they're all people in the group. But dude, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm having fun, and I think a really cool part is Bug Bux is successful as an organization, as a business, but I have way more successful businesses outside of Bug Bux. But this is where I'm really
the most fun.
Man, I'm loving it with this and with the Real Pest World. And the funny thing is that I was talking to one of our partners yesterday, and she conflated Bug Bux with the Real Pest World. She thought that they were the same thing. And
that's not a bad association.
So it's just kind of cool. Like, at the end of the day, dude, when I'm like on my deathbed, the proverbial deathbed, like I'm going to want to say I did cool things with cool people, with people I love. I built some stuff I love with people I love. That's what I want.
Yeah. As your best friend, I would say you are wired to help people, sometimes to your detriment. Honest to God. It bites you in the ass. I've watched it bite you in the ass a handful of times, right? And I think I was talking to my dad this morning. I was getting a cup of coffee, a night swim coffee up the street, and he was describing the moment when he bought Killingsworth from his business partner, right? That not many people know that. Dad,
Dude, I didn't know he had a business partner.
Oh man, my dad is cutthroat, ruthless, right? And in the best way. Cliff, I hope you're listening to this because that was the deal of the lifetime for my dad. My God. But he told me this story at the time. So he brought Killingsworth to North Carolina because my parents were divorced, right? And he wanted to be closer to us. And Killingsworth was originally started in Pensacola, Florida. So he brought it here, and eventually he got to a place where he didn't have to ask the Killingsworths for money anymore. It started to generate its own money, right? And he got bold, and it was generating $5 million a year. Okay. And so he went to the owners. He didn't have $5 million. He had some real estate that all of the companies were housed in. And he went to the owners and he said, I'm going to buy Killingsworth from you, and I'm going to buy it from you for $4 million, right? And I don't have $4 million. I've got $400,000 and a schedule I'm going to propose for the next 2 years to pay you the rest of this money. But that's what we're going to do. Or you're going to have to come to Charlotte and empty out all these vehicles and buildings and figure out what the hell you're going to do over here. And they went with it, man. But he's talking to me about his business partner. And this is what I'm circling back. He's talking to me about his business partner at the time, who was ruthless, kind of an airhead, not a good business person, and only in it for himself the whole time, which is what motivated Dad to do this thing, right? And this is my only business partner experience in doing this with you, but I've watched you since we've been together for the last 4 years, from Bug Bux to Proof to what we're doing at Lizard to all this stuff. You're wired to support people on their journey, and I think that that's very unique. It's not common with in the entrepreneurial space, in the PCO world specifically. Jonas talks about this all the time, right? He's like, in the lawn care business, everybody helps each other. Why don't you guys do that over here, right? And I think when Bug Bux goes down in history, it will go down in history as an environment where people are inclined to help each other. And that largely has to do with like your DNA that you wrote into this community. That's why I came to work for you in the first place. So receive that.
Appreciate that.
It's public.
You know what?
I just told everybody.
It's interesting because not everybody loves that I've got a mic and I'm trying to help other pest control companies grow. I'm going to leave it at that, but
yeah.
There's some people that, you know, that I rub shoulders with that frankly, they would prefer that I didn't write a book, that I don't have a podcast, that Bug Bux doesn't exist, that I just don't see the world that way, man. Like, I think when I think of legacy, a lot of people think legacy is, what did I do? And it's like, no, dude, that's not legacy, because if that's your legacy, then it dies when you die.
Yeah.
But if your legacy is what do others do, maybe because, or at least in part because of what I did, it just keeps going, right? So,
hey, Allan here. A single negative online review can damage your pest control business like a bad case of termites damages a home. So how do you stop those 1 stars from happening in the first place and eroding your reputation? By being proactive instead of reactive with the customer experience. That's where our friends at Ask Nicely come in. They help people-powered pest businesses build reputations that bring in new customers by turning feedback into action. It all starts with AI-powered surveys that uncover every customer's unique experience. Ask Nicely alerts your team to negative feedback, allowing them to fix any problems quickly, and follows up with happy customers to request a public review on the spot. This feedback loop boosts retention, drives referrals, and grows revenue without added manual work for your team. Head to asknicely.com and book a personalized consultation or DM Ask Nicely to the Bug Bux Facebook page, and we'll get you connected. Don't forget to ask about special discounts for Bug Bux Facebook members and Bug Bux Plus subscribers.
You know what else, Allan, is the other thing that you put out there, that we put out in Bug Bux, that we put out in the Real Pest World. I think that the place where these things become unique is because entrepreneurs are inclined to only show you the best parts of themselves. They're disinclined to show you the places where they fail. And I feel like all the time you offer your mistakes out there as well. And I think that is important for everybody that's listening. Everybody, I'm looking at the community. Everybody in the community that's going to see this podcast a little bit later. We learn from our mistakes, and having ownership of that mistake and not being ashamed of it, and standing back up and taping up your knuckles and getting right back into the fight to figure out how you're going to do better next time is what gets you across your respective finish line. It's true for Lizard, right? Like the first 3 years were a slugfest. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So many mistakes. So many times we had to stand back up like, well, let's try it different. Let's try it different. We can do this way, right? And offering that out to people so that they can hopefully make an adjustment in their path to avoid some of the mistakes that are being made is powerful. And when we grew Killingsworth, we didn't have access to things like that. Everybody only showed the best versions of themselves. Nobody talked to you about the things that they struggle with, the ways that they failed, or the ways that they overcome the obstacle next time, right? And so I think that's a unique thing in this environment. And from what I hear, some of these other communities that are out there aren't as inclined to do that. They get really negative. People throw stones at each other versus help each other off the ground. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that that's something so cool that we get to enjoy here. Is none of us really tolerate that. You want to take that over to one of those other Facebook communities where everybody's just bitching all the time. That's not here.
Yeah. You know, that's interesting because like I want to fast forward in time a little bit, and I'm on the other side of Bug Bux Con 26, right, in Utah.
Yeah.
And if I want anything, so the theme of Bug Bux Con is connection, right?
Yeah.
And we're doing some events where the tables help solve each other's problems. So the people at the table, and I spent hours with the table assignments. People aren't just going to walk in and choose a seat. They are going to be assigned, and I have put so much time. And the truth is, I don't know how it's going to end up. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think it's going to be so good. And what I really want is two things. I want people to connect so that they can become vulnerable. One of the networking events is people talking about what they are missing or what they need in order to achieve their 2026 goals. And the other thing that I hope that they find in terms of connection is using that vulnerability to help each other solve problems. Dude, there are like...
Hell yeah.
I have this list, and I know people's, at least their gross revenue from 2025, at least know their range. In a lot of cases, people just told me exactly what they did when I was asking them while I was in the process of assigning the table seating arrangements. And bro, there are some guys that and gals that are just crushing it in pest control that are so excited to go to Bug Bux Con and help the people that are just getting started. And it's such an example to me, man. Like I'm just really impressed with them. This is an estimate. Nobody hold me to this, but dude, I think between owners and officers, we have over $1 billion in annual pest control sales that are going to be at Bug Bux Con this year. $1 billion.
Insane.
That's a B.
Yes. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's so crazy. I mean, even this is the second con. And I think space limits us with the real pest world. It's a different experience for a different thing. It's not as condensed. It stretches out over time. It's going to be very difficult for us to get, 80, 90 PCOs in one place to live together. Do you know what I mean? So we're not going to get close to that number, but it's going to be like significant and stretch out over a specific amount of time. But I think it's amazing that you've got that much gross revenue coming into a space to share ideas on how to get to the next place for their respective businesses. It's a big deal.
I'm super excited about that. I want to share the story.
Perfect timing too.
Oh, it's like, especially with us gearing up for the Real Pest World House and
season's here.
Season's here. We're doing it a little earlier, like I mentioned, next year. Because there's a few people that they're already out knocking doors and stuff and getting.
Have you announced yet where we're going next year or not yet?
So I don't know if you caught it, but in the beginning of this episode, like I announced it here, but this episode won't drop until after I announce it at Pest World. I've told a couple of people like on the side, like I've told Travis and a few people, but no, I haven't announced it publicly. Haven't announced it in the Bug Bux group. Last week was AZPPO. It's our Arizona State Conference. Dude, I want to share this experience, and I've gone back and forth about whether I should share it, and I think there's a message there. So, one of my flaws is that I like ruffle feathers sometimes, and like there's a difference between. That's why we're such great duo.
We are.
So, I was at this event with Jonas and Pest Control Millionaire that Bug Bux sponsored, and it was kind of to wrap up AZPPO, and it was an awesome event. And I was at a table with a few people, and one of the guys, he's talking to somebody else, but I'm kind of in the conversation, there's three of us. And he says something about the Pest Daily conference. He said something like, I ran into this person or something. And then he looks at me and he's like, oh, sorry, Allan. And I was like, I was so legitimately caught off guard because he did not have to apologize. And so, but I got the sentiment, right? He didn't want to make me feel bad or whatever. And he definitely didn't. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so afterwards, so just a day or two ago, I sent him a message on Facebook and I was like, bro, just so you know, like, I appreciate the sentiment. Like that means a lot that you were trying, like, not, making sure that my feelings weren't hurt or, but I want you to know something. Like, deep down, I have no ill will toward them, the owners. Like, I just don't. And I think even though, like, I don't look at us as competitors, but I can kind of see how the outsider, like people that aren't involved with the companies might see that. But for me, dude, what I'm trying to get rid of is this energy that in the past, I admit I've had. And it's like, even with potential competitors,
you end up carrying it. It slows you down.
Dude, it's like, it hurts. What's that saying, dude? It's when you have spite towards somebody, it's like drinking poison and hoping that they die. Something like that.
The other person dies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it was really cool that he like said that because it showed how much he respects me.
Super kind.
But I had to let him know, like, dude, you're welcome to talk about Pest Daily or anybody, like,
all
dude,
the things.
That does not, because if honestly, and this guy's awesome. I didn't ask for his permission to share his name, so I'm not going to. But like, I respect this guy, and my thought was, dude, if you went to the Pest Daily conference and you got better or your company got better, that's all I care about. Like, if that helped you, which I know it did. So
yeah. Here's what that creates for all of us. Okay, when the high tide raises all boats. Okay, when everybody is trying to undermine each other, like zoom way out of Bug Bux, zoom out of Pest Daily, out of the Real Pest World House. In this ecosystem, I've been in the pest control industry for a very long time. Okay, in this ecosystem, it's uncommon to lift up your neighbor, right? You look at that PCT top 100, everybody's trying to climb that hill, I think this is a part of us attempting to change that culture. And you can see it in the group, and you can see it in the Real Pest World House, and you can see it when we're all together. It's like infectious, right? Nobody's trying to cut the legs out from under their neighbor. They're trying to give them a hand up. And when you need it, they're going to give you a hand up. I can't tell you how many times I have been in the shit, shown up to work and jumped into our group chat and said something and bombarded with people who are like, no, man, stand back up, fix your mentality, right? That's not the way that you want to think. You want to be thinking like this, right? If I get nervous to even put stuff in the group chat because I know I'm going to get overwhelmed with positive, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the way for all of us going forward, for your friend, for Pest Daily, for Bug Bux, for the Real Pest World House. That's the way. When you see little guys like Joey make it, and the 3 that are coming on this year, once we announce for the Real Pest World House, they start telling their stories. Man, that gives me fuel for, I don't even know. I can keep going. I can keep going for a long time off of that juice,
Yeah. For me, it's like, dude, it's time that, like, I actually start living it. Because it's easy to say. It's easy to say, no, dude, we want everybody to win. I love our saying, our Real Pest World saying. What is it? You can't
compete with us. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't compete with us. We want you to win. And it's like, it's one thing to say it. And so I'm like at that point in my life where it's like, I don't know, I'm just trying to let it go. Like, I've wronged people. People have wronged me. And it's like, I don't know. I commit publicly on this platform
you heard it here first, folks.
You heard it first. Breaking bug news. So
yeah,
for sure.
I'm excited to get there. I'm excited to see everybody.
Yeah, you fly out tomorrow. You get there a little bit before I do.
I'm packed up. I got all the good swag. I brought all the good shit.
Nice.
I got a very special ride, apparently, picking me up at the airport. I'm excited about that.
Nice.
I'm excited to see you tomorrow. It's going to be good.
It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, I think the best thing about this episode is, maybe not the best thing, but an interesting thing. We didn't even talk about marketing.
No. At this point, guys, the season is here. Whoever you're with, lock in. Okay. The people,
bro, it's too late.
Oh my God. No, Allan, for real, for us, for Lizard this year, you've seen it on the partner meetings on Friday.
Yeah.
We've had sales calls every week since October. Okay. New people trying to get on board. And the further that we get into the season, the more I'm like, please don't come over here. It's going to be bad. Not because anything is wrong, outside of, you can't like gin this thing up just before the season. The digital marketing is not something that you can last minute, right?
Yeah.
So wherever you are, whoever you're working with, please be thinking about some of the stuff that we're putting out there in the community. Educate yourself on what's changing in digital marketing, but lock in. You really need to lock in. It's a big deal.
Yeah. So last thought, Tommy Bottoms, aka Travis and Tyler, they recently signed up with Lizard, and so we're gonna have to do an episode.
I waited. Yes.
Yeah.
I've been waiting patiently.
I know. How many years has it been?
Too long. In fact, Tommy told me at one point somebody was poaching to get his business, and we made. I got quiet on the phone. He could tell. I was just like, I didn't know what to say, and I literally just said to him, "Well, you're not considering, are you?" Because I'm putting in time in this friendship and your future. I've made some investments, Tommy, and it's my turn. And so it's officially Lizard's turn.
Nice.
We're about to blow up their website in the best way. I can't wait. I think we started breaking ground on it today. Actually, today we had our internal meeting.
Nice. We're actually
we got to set something up.
We in the next couple of months, we've got a new Bug Bux website coming. We're working on kind of some of the content right now for it, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Heck yeah.
That'll be awesome. So, well, Matt, I will see you in
tomorrow.
Less than
day
48,
after tomorrow.
Yep, less than 48 hours.
Yep.
Bug Bux Con 26. Once again, for the listener, Bug Bux Con 27, February 24 through 26. We're doing 2.5 days, VIP night's going to be bigger, but it will sell out. This one sold out like so fast. We had a huge waiting list. So get in there, get your ticket at Bug Bux Con 27. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have some awesome speakers. If there's some speakers or presenters or some topics or whatever that we need, let me know. Go to the Facebook group, Bug Bux. It's BUGBUX, and make sure you join. And Matt, excited for Bug Bux Con. I'll see you there, buddy. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Thank you so much for listening to the Bug Bux Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please show your support by subscribing and leaving us an honest 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you, and we'll catch you on the next episode.